When we did the candidates tournament in London, everybody were outraged. How can you kind of charge for sunset? How can you charge for church? And we felt a little bit threatened and intimidated. Are we even allowed to sell tickets to something people really love? And until we came along, not many people charged for chess. Chess as a sport was kind of a hobby place. Yes, there were kind of professionals who were world champions and who dedicated their life to it, but the space around it was kind of hobby. Bring in a money question to it was a little bit kind of heresy.
September 27th, 2025. A child is born, and the world's greatest chess player won't be there for the next World Championship. For the third time in a row, Magnus Carlsen says no to the crown and yes to his own life. The first champion in history who can afford to walk away. Reykjavik, 1972, Fischer versus Spasky. Half a century earlier, money in chess was almost taboo. When Bobby Fischer demanded that the 1972 World Championship prize be doubled from $125,000 to $250,000, people called it madness. To put it in perspective, the entire annual budget of FIDE that year was less than $100,000. Fischer's demand equaled 2.5 years of global chess funding. One man made the challenge, another accepted it. What neither superpower dared to do, one banker did. Jim Slater, a British investor, doubled the prize money. Chess got its first private sponsor. Fischer won the crown, the Cold War stage, and the headlines. And for the first time in history, genius had a market price. October 1990, Kasparov versus Karpov, New York and Lyon. From that moment on, the stakes kept rising. The 1990 World Championship carried a prize fund more than 10 times what Fischer fought for. Kasparov then brought in sponsors like Audemars Piguet, broke with FIDE, and staged his own events. Then came 1997, IBM's Deep Blue, a $1 million man versus machine match. After the computer won, IBM's stock jumped 15% in 2 weeks. That's more than $10 billion in market value, one of the most successful PR campaigns in tech history. After 1997, Kasparov became a global brand of intellect, and by 1999 to 2000, his annual income was estimated at $3 to $5 million, a record in chess until the rise of Magnus Carlsen. June 2025, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Magnus Carlsen wins the richest chess event of the year, the EWC Grand Final. No FIDE anthem or world title. For the first time in history, chess became an esport, a stadium game. The crowd roars like it's football, and millions watch online. When Magnus was just 22, he launched a startup, Play Magnus, an app that simulated playing against his younger self. In 5 years, it was listed on the Oslo Stock Exchange, and 3 years later, it was sold for $83 million. Carlsen's personal share, around $8 million. Today, he earns $7 to $9 million a year, only 20% from tournaments, the rest from Puma, Unibet, Logitech, and his family company Magnus Chess AS, which manages over $10 million in assets. He doesn't need FIDE to make a living. He is the ecosystem, an athlete, a brand, and a CEO in one, a unicorn. His child was born into that future. The next generation of chess doesn't inherit a board. It inherits a business.
When we came in, we got a little bit lucky because Magnus Carlsen was about to become a world champion. and the generations changed. And the way it kind of was positioned and the media attention changed. There was a World Chess Championship in New York, and when we came to New York, we expected everybody to kind of talk about us, and it never happened. We were trying to get people excited about the event in a situation where everybody knew about it, but no one cared. There was a boy who was just breaking down the hustlers on Washington Square, and they couldn't understand what's happening. And it turned out that Carlsen was kind of speaking into their ear, and they were losing to the world champion. And it was on film, it was on television, and that's how people learn that they can kind of relate to an event which was happening in New York. When you come to a chess event, you kind of expect something boring. And boring to us was kind of a kiss of death. The venue was Fulton Street Seaport. It was a fish market. And in New York at the time, there was this culture of secret bars. A bar is a surprisingly cool bar. You enter through a fridge door or through something you don't expect. So we did exactly that. We built a secret bar in the bathroom. It was kind of an ugly door, and you open it, you are inside the speakeasy stuff. Within the 3 days of the event, it became kind of the main place in New York, so all celebrities you can imagine came in. Peter Thiel, Woody Harrelson, and all the politicians and businessmen. It was right next to Wall Street, so kind of all the Wall Street came in at some point. It was like the most prestigious club, but without the membership fee. At the time, organizing a major chess event was a little bit thankless, because you didn't own what you bought. In a way that I spent $6 million on organizing the tournament. The actual product is moves, but you don't have control over them, meaning that anyone else can broadcast them. So when you broadcast a tournament, it works like this. The board is electronic, and when someone makes a move, there is a small chip on the bottom of the piece, which transmits the data into a server, which is like, I don't know, E2, E4. And then the server gets the data into a visualizer, which translates it into a move, kind of a piece moving on the electronic board, and that's the broadcast. And we relied on a legal argument called hot news doctrine. It's the same as in stocks or in news. It means that whoever produced or paid for something to happen, they own it. They own not the fact, but they own the right to broadcast the fact. All PR was bad at the time around this issue, because we were indeed changing the things around. I still think that it was a very good move in terms of trying to make chess turn chess into a professional sport, but that thing didn't work. So we're now in other reality, which is fine as well.
In today's digital age, businesses require more than just an idea. To stand out from the crowd, you need a strong digital identity. Get your unique domain name, because IT is you.
Chess should be a sponsorable sport. That was our idea, but there were no sponsors. And if you take any sport, swimming, golf, or football, there are brands which you can name which are directly associated with it. And chess didn't have anything like this.
I feel lonely 90% of the time. Maybe on that front it is very similar to a chess player. Many times you need to make decisions in an environment where there is no one answer. But you need to deal with new situations, and you're the only one that can eventually make the decision, and a wrong decision can result in losing. And sometimes you win. My morning starts when I wake up, and before I even leave the bed, I'm reviewing all the important emails that came in during the night. Even in my dreams, the data keeps pouring in. Put my kids in schools and come to the office. Have a cup of coffee, sit in front of the computer and start prioritizing all the important things. I'm going to review my meetings. I imagine that the life of a chess player is more around celebrating yesterday's victory, practicing, reading, and getting ready for the next big challenge. We were spending the first quarter of this year trying to think, who do we want to sponsor, who do we want to use to carry our name, to advertise us. And then one day I walked into our product room where all the product managers sit, and I see one of our product managers sitting on YouTube and watching a chess video. And my first thought is, who watches chess on YouTube?
Are you sure?
And I ask him, why you watch chess? And he tells me, yeah, of course, I watch it all the time. There is this guy here, and he explains every move, and it's fascinating.
Okay. Can also trade and take, and if takes, queen e2, queen h4, g3, knight g3, check, c6, queen b7, knight h1, king there. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna castle. I don't want to think too much.
And then I'm looking at his videos, and I see that some of his videos are getting 500,000 views, 1 million views, 2 million views, which is, what Ronaldo will get when he posts some things. And that really intrigued me.
Wait, what?
Most of the companies in our space are going to sponsor UFC or football or, some other exotic sport. And I asked him if he knows of any financial company in our space that sponsors chessmates, and he said no. So I started digging into it, and I listened to one of the videos from Hikaru, and the first thing that I came to mind is, this is not a regular, player. This is a rock star. And one thing led to another, and today we work together.
So there are a lot of good tools on TipRanks. That's going to be our stream portfolio. We'll take a look at it periodically.
Now we have this very popular tool on TipRanks called the Smart Portfolio. And we told them, why don't you connect your portfolio to this tool? It allows you to create a public profile and for everyone to see what are you buying and selling. And so I think that last month he actually opened his positions. Within a year, we will see if he really performs well or not. I can tell you that in the first 3 weeks, he's killing it.
Of course, like I've said before, I'm obviously not a financial analyst, but on the flip side, I will tell you guys that I have pretty soundly beaten the market in recent years.
Everything that he bought and sold did extremely well.
This is TipRanks. They have a lot of good stuff. They have they have all that analyst stuff.
I asked Hikaru if it is a popular thing to invest in the capital markets for chess players, and he said that chess players usually do 3 things in their lives. They play chess, they play poker, and they invest in the capital markets.
It must be good to be rich. It must be good to be rich. That's all I'm gonna say.
One of the parts of our sponsorship is that I will have a game with Hikaru at the end of the year. And obviously, the first question that I was asked is, do I know how to play, or how embarrassing is it going to be? I played very, very little chess as a kid. My dad used to play chess and he taught me, but for me it seemed like rocket science back there. Like, I know 2 or 3 moves. But I did hire an international master from Israel to speak with me, to teach me chess. And so I'm taking weekly lessons with him. I'm improving. One of the lessons that I am learning from chess is to plan a few steps ahead. I do remember a few cases where we've received an email and I've let my temper overcome my rationale. It's like making a move too quickly, because let's say you're on a chessboard and you see an opportunity to win the queen, you're not thinking 2 steps ahead, and you will make a mistake eventually because of that. Oh, the cost of it can result in deals worth many millions of dollars. It does change the way I think. It also really changes the terminology here. I found myself writing in one of our group chats that we're losing tempo or that we're losing material, and people are asking, what are you talking about? What do you mean we're losing tempo or you're losing material? It turned out after we started working with Hikaru that there are many employees that play chess. I just didn't know it. I was too busy looking at our numbers and less about what employees play. We're getting a lot of new users actually coming from the chess space. We saw on social media so many people mentioning us in the context of chess. And so for me, it's a success.
The reason for Armageddon was that we were trying to put chess on television for ages. And it never worked because a chess game can last from 20 minutes to 7 hours, and you can't really ask ESPN or Fox Sports or anyone else to give us a slot which is unclear. We were trying to find the way to show chess which is fit for television. Well, we met IT.com in London through mutual friends, and somehow they loved the chess from the get-go, from the outset, and they actually asked if we needed support, which is really unusual for chess, and we were really grateful because we didn't have kind of to sell, because they loved it by themselves. We showed them the project, they loved it as well, and they understood that it could be a major advance for the sport if it becomes a TV sport. We turned it into a show. We built a studio for it. We designed the really cool graphics. We attached hard monitors to players. And we were trying to make it into something which people would want to watch in the bar. And indeed, it happened. So people watched it in the bars, and it was fun. Yeah, we were trying to basically decode chess and make the barrier to enjoy it lower, because when we started working on chess, you kind of needed a PhD to understand what's happening on the board. So, but we kind of couldn't have only PhDs in the hall because they wouldn't pay anything. So we tried to make sure that even school kids can enjoy it, and we got a few people, including a guy who designed the dashboard for an airplane, into a hotel somewhere outside of London. And we tried to design this dashboard for chess, and that's how it came about. We wanted the spectators to see the real emotions. And players, they're trained not to show any.
Got 6 seconds.
6 seconds to win this. If it's possible, there's rooks off the board, queens off the board.
Because you kind of can't give away the fact that, let's say, you blundered. So we wanted the spectators to understand the real emotions. And the only way to do it is for your body to tell us what's going on. So we started using heart rate monitors. Armageddon became one of the most televised chess events in history, in my view, based on the numbers I have. my view, chess is one of the lowest priced sports properties based on kind of number of contacts versus the investment. But if you do it right, if you kind of activate yourself and if you're working on it, then it works. If you're just bureaucratically supporting it, then it doesn't. Right now, chess is a platform. It's no longer a sport. It's like running. Until recently, running was simply you run away from wolves or bears and you don't worry about it. And then it became a health kind of tool. But now it's more than that. There is Strava, there are running clubs, there are running shoes, there are running shows, there are running magazines. It's much more than just simply running. It's not the... And yes, there is an elite running bit where you know that Usain Bolt is running really, really fast. But it's maybe, I don't know, 1/10 of the percent. But the rest is, that's where real running is, and chess is the same. So it's now a huge platform, which is much more than elite playing. And I would say that elite chess is maybe now 1/10 of the percent, but people who play in pubs or online, it's also a huge market. So you can actually monetize them 100 ways over, including, I don't know, merchandise and coaching and data sales and events and merchandise and I don't know, fashion collections. So it's effectively unlimited if you still like it.